Hey everyone, it's GuyManX09, otherwise known as Lincoln. Today I'm doing my very first board game review, a little game called Rise. And I do mean little. Doesn't make it bad, but I mean, what do I got? Here's the thing of Scotch tape, for comparison in box size. Now in this little box, you get a lot of fun stuff, so let's take a look at that. Well, maybe not a lot of fun stuff, but a couple of things that makes it real fun. Of course, you get a manual. After I tap my damn camera at an angle. The game came with bags for all the pieces. Now I really only thought you needed two. One for the reds, one for the blues, but they gave you four, so why not do all the components up? And then of course, bag full of tiles for all the ground. Now, Rise is a nice little strategy game. Doesn't take too long to play. It's really nice and simple, abstract little thing. And I've really had a lot of fun with it so far. So, let's take a look at how the game works. Obviously, you've got red versus blue. The little discs are all your... Oh no. Dropped one. Little discs are all your units, your workers. And these guys here are the towers you'll be trying to build, or at least the various levels. So you've got your base, next part in your little top or your cap, however you want to call it. So let's get all this out and check out the game. Okay, so here's the starting setup for everything. 4, you take 4, make that shape, 4, make that shape, connect it with 4. It's not exactly evenly lined up, but hey, that happens. It'll probably get a little nicer once we add more tiles. So, what can you do on your turn? You get 2 actions on your turn. Let me get this out to refresh myself. One of the things you can do is place a land tile. You know, they're double-sided, the backside doesn't really mean anything. And you can place that anywhere. I mean, you can place guys, as long as it's connected to another tile, you can place that somewhere on the board. Not a big deal. Another thing you can do, you can place a worker adjacent to, in an empty space, adjacent to any other worker. So, you know, you can put a guy there, you can put a guy there, what have you. You're allowed to move a worker 1 space. That could be one of your actions. If things work out right, you can jump an opponent's, just like in checkers, to remove them. Now you can only jump in straight lines. So say there was a setup like this over here, you could not jump that way. You would have to have this piece over here so you can jump in a straight line. You can sacrifice 2 of yours. That works a little more if you have more than 2 dudes. But you can sacrifice 2 of your workers to eliminate one of the opponents. This is a terrible table. Works a lot better on something with a tablecloth, so it's not quite moving around as much. So yes, you can sacrifice 2 of your guys to eliminate a worker. You can also sacrifice 2 of your guys to place one of your workers on any empty space on the board. Pretty nice, right? You can also, if you really want to, now I haven't seen it come up in a game yet, but you can imagine scenarios where this is important. You can actually remove, say you had a tower built, but say you needed to stop building there and rebuild somewhere else because you were in trouble or something. You can actually, one of your actions can be remove a tier from the tower until there's nothing there and you can start building somewhere else. Now I keep mentioning these towers. How do you build them? Well, all you're really looking to do is get a ring of your colored workers around an empty hex. As soon as you place that last guy, you get the first level of the tower. If this ring is still intact at the beginning of your next turn, you get to put the next one on top. And so on. Until you've completed one. And then you're going to try and work on building your second and third. Once you've built 3 towers, you've won the game. Now another thing that you can do, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you surround an enemy's tower, as soon as you place that final guy to complete the ring, loses 1 tier. The ring is still intact at the beginning of your next turn, next one, and so on. Basically the opposite of building a tower. And that's it. That's really all there is to Rise. It's been a lot of fun the couple of times I've played. I really enjoy the game. And if you've ever heard of it or if you see it, I highly recommend you pick it up. It's a great little abstract strategy game. Doesn't take too long to play. The first night I played, my friend and I went through 3 games. I lost 2 of them, but it was still a lot of fun and a great game to play. So, there we go. That's my very first board game review. Hope you all enjoyed it.